Welcome back to Sheffield Lost Railways. This is episode 12. This morning I'm in the southeast of Sheffield in the village of Beighton. I do like Beighton, and it's a place that I happily called home for 15 years. I'm just reminiscing, I'm just having a walk around the old village, some of the places that I used to walk around regularly when I lived here. We've not come to have a walk around the village, we've come to learn about former railway stations that used to be in this village of Beighton. So Beighton, it's an area I've covered a lot in the past. Obviously we've got a lot of railways running through here. At one time of day there was even more railways. The Great Central Railways would have been off into them trees. Got the North Midland Railway, or the Midland Old Road, just coming from in front over to the left-hand side there. And then this is the line, I suppose, these days, Barrow to Sheffield. So we've got 3 station sites in Beighton we're going to show you today. You might be more familiar with the level crossing if you know the area. We'll get down to that eventually, because that's the last location we're going to go and have a look at. Also got the scrapyard as well, just on the left-hand side there. Now that was a place where they scrapped a lot of the old steam locomotives down there. Thomas Ward's. So let's start this story with the first iteration of Beighton Station. I'm just, how would you describe it? I'm just by the side of the Midland Old Road there. There's the A57 flyover bridge, just going over the top. It is there, trust me, there's a lot of vegetation. It's hard to get a clear shot of the railway line. Quite a busy freight line, a lot of movements on that railway line, the Chesterfield to Rotherham Midland Old Road. Nothing due for an hour and a half though, so sadly I'm not going to. Thought it'd be nice. So it's nice to get a shot of a train, isn't it, going through where you're filming. But that railway line is relevant in Beighton's first railway station, which opened in 1840. Only for 3 years though it lasted, so hardly worth mentioning, I suppose, really. I just said there was no trains, didn't I? Not that I can see it. I heard it. That wasn't on real-time trains. Oh, there we go. Got that timing all wrong, didn't I? So I'm not exactly sure of the location of the first version of Beighton Station. It's not. I've not seen it on any maps. I mean, it is a long time ago, isn't it? 1843 that it closed. But the only one it's annotated on that I've seen is Rail Map Online, and that has it listed just here, just by where the A57 is now. And look at this mess here. It's disgusting, isn't it? Yeah, there's a Mr. Network Rail vans parked up there. That's the access to. That's the access onto the track bed for them. Is obviously turned up. Can't get anywhere near the access gate because of all that fly tipping that they then set fire to. Our second station site will be somewhere between here and the level crossing in the distance there. In 1849, in Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, they built the line from Woodhouse to Beighton Junction, just to link with the Midland Railway that's behind me. And that station in this location, somewhere down here, lasted from 1849 until 1893, when the third iteration of the station was constructed. We'll go and have a look at that now. It really is a gold mine around here if you're into your disused railways or your railway history, and it's still quite an active place if you're into your trains as well, because that's a busy freight line, the Midland Old Road, Chesterfield to Rotherham. It's basically the Sheffield avoiding line, isn't it? It is an interesting fact. Beighton wasn't actually originally in Sheffield. It wasn't absorbed into Sheffield, I think, the 1960s, by which time Beighton didn't have a train station. So although we're looking at today's video from the perspective of Sheffield's Lost Stations, it didn't actually have a railway station in Beighton while it's been part of Sheffield. That might change. I mean, to be honest, ever since I've lived in Beighton all those years, there was talk of reopening this line, the line Barrow Hill to get services between Chesterfield, Barrow Hill and into Sheffield, and those rumours persist. A bit cynical of me, maybe. They always rear their heads around election time, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, nothing's ever gone past the consultation stages of that process. Will we ever see a railway station in Beighton again? I don't know, but it is well connected by the trams that just go to the other side of the village here. So here's the third and final of the Beighton Station sites. In 1892, the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Derbyshire Lines opened. Now, what we'd more commonly know as Great Central Railway Main Line. And here it is. There's a level crossing. And in 1893, the station was moved from down there, there's a footbridge in the distance there I was stood on. It was moved to the other side of the crossing, just here. Quite a substantial station. Brick structures, canopies, footbridge, station master's house. Absolutely nothing left these days. So this closed in 1954, and Beighton has been without a railway station ever since. In March 2021, the old station Signal Box was demolished, and that's still carried. It just sat just across the road here, just cross over in fact, just sat here, just here, and that still carried the nameplates Beighton Station. It's very sad when that got knocked down. I just started making YouTube videos just about 6 months before they knocked that down, so I did do very, very early days. I wish I'd have covered it in more detail now, that whole process. I'm not going to dawdle. It's not wise to dawdle on railway lines. We'll just have a steady walk across the crossing. So there's the site of the railway station. It was prone to flooding as well. There's quite a few photographs of flooding here. Oh, a bit of shade, that's nice. It's only 10:30. It's really, really starting to warm up. There is a little bit of sad history linked to the site here, and it's a story of Sheffield's worst ever rail disaster. It was 11 p.m. on the 11th of February 1942. A troop train carrying 365 passengers, a mixture of army and navy, was travelling north through Beighton, heading for Glasgow. Just to the south of the station, it came into contact with a steel plate which was overhanging from a wagon standing in an adjacent siding. Horrifically, with the plate tearing through the side of some of the carriages, 14 soldiers lost their lives that night and 36 were injured. Right, well that's the station site. Like I say, there's nothing here. There's nothing of the station to show you, and we can't even get close because there's still the running lines. But I just want to bring you down here because this has changed. There's a couple of interesting photographs I just want to show you just from round the corner here. Now there has been a lot of road improvements and changes around here. We've got the A57 flyover just in front. But this I want to show you a couple of old photographs because just here, just on the corner, is it the other side or this side of the river? I think it's just a bit further up actually. Look at this. We've got an old pub, the Railway. Sorry, the Railway Inn. Now, I mentioned, didn't I, just we were stood at the level crossing, just about the problems that they'd had with the flooding. And these photographs just epitomise that. We have got the River Rother we're about to go over now. And I know from my experience living in Beighton, this can swell up quite badly. The road, I don't think, is in the exact same place. I think it's been slightly realigned, but just for comparison, we'll pretend it's in the same place. Look, this is the road starts to curve to the left. And we can see the Railway Inn just on the left-hand side here. And we can see the arch bridge on that photo in front. I mean, that's no longer there. The A57's roughly on the course of that old road now. And we've got another photo looking the other way as well. And as I say, we can see the arched bridge in that photograph. That bridge is no longer there. The A57 now runs. Can't even see the bridge now. The trees have grown that much. The new bridge, that is, the A57.
In the next episode of this Sheffield Lost Stations series, we're heading about a mile north to the village of Woodhouse. A teaser in the meantime, do you know how many station sites there have been in Woodhouse?
So just as always, thanks to channel members, anyone who supports me, anyone who buys me a coffee, sends me a super thanks, massively appreciated. Don't forget to like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't. So cheers for watching, we'll see you on the next one.